Shlok 1 of Chapter 2, Sanjay Uvach.
तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः.
Tatha Madhusudana. In this way, the killer of lust that is as sweet as honey. Uvach idam vakyam tam. Said these words to that Arjun. Kripyavishtam. Who was filled with compassion. Ashrupurna kulekshanam vishidantam. Had worried eyes filled with tears, was depressed. Tatha Madhusudana. Uvach idam vakyam tam. Kripyavishtam. Ashrupurna kulekshanam vishidantam. Interpretation. Sanjay said, in this way Shiv Baba, the killer of lust that is as sweet as honey, said these words to that Arjun, who was filled with compassion, out of attachment to his relatives, had worried eyes filled with tears, and was depressed. Shlok 2 of Chapter 2, Bhagwanuvach.
कुतस्त्वाकश्मलमिदं विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनार्यजुष्टमस्वर्ग्यम् अकीर्तिकरमर्जुन.
Arjun Kuta idam vishme kashmalam. God said, O Arjun, from where did this untimely impurity? Anaryajushtam. Unaccepted for an honorable person. Asvargyam. That doesn't take you to heaven. Akirti karam. Brings infamy. Samupasthitam tva. Come in you. Arjun Kuta idam vishme kashmalam. Anaryajushtam. Asvargyam. Akirti karam. Samupasthitam tva. Interpretation. God said, O Arjun, from where did this untimely impurity unaccepted for an honorable person, the impurity that doesn't take you to heaven, and brings infamy in the society, come in you, despite being a Kshatriya? Shlok 3 of Chapter 2.
क्लैब्यं मास्मगमः पार्थ नैतत्त्वयुपपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदयदौर्बल्यं त्यक्त्वोत्तिष्ठ परन्तप.
Parth Masm Gama Klebyam. O King of the earth, don't become a coward. Etat na uppadyate tvai. This isn't worthy yo. Parantap tyaktva kshudram hriday dorbalyam. O the one who burns the enemies. Give up the weakness of poor heart. Uttisht. Stand up. Parth Masm Gama Klebyam. Etat na uppadyate tvai. Parantap tyaktva kshudram hriday dorbalyam. Uttisht. Interpretation. O King of the earth, don't become a coward. This isn't praiseworthy in your clan. O the one who burns the enemies. Give up the sudden weakness of your poor heart, and stand up. Shlok 4 of Chapter 2. Arjun Uvach.
कथं भीष्ममहासङ्खे द्रोणो च मधुसूदन इषुभिः प्रतियोत्स्यामि पूजार्हा वरिसूदन.
Madhusudan Katham Aham, Yotsyami Prati Ishubhe. Arjun said, O killer of lust, how will I fight with the arrows? Bhishmam cha Dronam Sankhe. With Bhishma and Drona in the war? Arisudan Pujarho. O killer of the enemy's lust, are worship worthy. Madhusudan Katham Aham, Yotsyami Prati Ishubhe. Bhishmam cha Dronam Sankhe. Arisudan Pujarho. Interpretation. Arjun said, O killer of lust, filled with sweetness like honey, how will I fight with the arrows of knowledge against insult with aspersions, with babas like Bhishma and great teachers like Drona, in the religious war? O killer of the enemies like lust, they have been giving me a lot of love since childhood. They are respectable and worship-worthy for me. Shlok 5 of Chapter 2.
गुरून् हत्वा हि इन्द्रियभोगान् रुधिरप्रदिग्धान्
Bhaksham bhoktum iha loke api shreyo. Begging and eating in this world is still better. He ahatva mahanubhavan gurun. In comparison to killing the highly honored gurus. Hatva gurun arthakaman. By killing the gurus who desire wealth. Ev bhunji. I will just be enjoying. Bhogan rudhir pradigdhantu iha. Pleasures soaked in blood here. Bhaksham bhoktum iha loke api shreyo. He ahatva mahanubhavan gurun. Hatva gurun arthakaman. Ev bhunji. Bhogan rudhir pradigdhantu iha. Interpretation. Begging and eating food in this world is still better, in comparison to killing the highly honored gurus through the death of doubt in their religion. Because by killing the gurus who are greedy for respect and position, and who desire to obtain wealth from lifestyle full of their own dharna, I will just be enjoying these pleasures filled with remorse, soaked in blood of bad thoughts here. Shlok 6 of chapter 2.
न चैतद्विद्मः कतरन्नो गरियो यद्वा जयेम यदि वा नो जयेयु यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामस्तेव स्थिता प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्रा
Chakatrat gariyah no. And what is the best for us? Va yad jayam. Either we will gain victory. Va yadi jayo no. Or will gain victory over us. Na vidma etat. Don't know this. Yan hatva na jijivishama ev. The ones after killing whom don't want to live at all. Te dhartarashtra avasthitah pramukhe ev. Those, the sons of Dhritarashtra, are standing right in front of us. Chakatrat gariyah no. Va yad jayam. Va yadi jayo no. Na vidma etat. Yan hatva na jijivishama ev. Te dhartarashtra avasthitah pramukhe ev. Interpretation. And what is the best for us? Either we will definitely gain victory in the religious war, or they will gain victory over us. We don't know this future result properly. The ones after killing whom we don't want to live at all, those Kauravas with bad blood of thoughts, the sons of Dhritarashtra, who have grabbed the wealth of the nation out of selfishness, are standing right in front of us. Shlok 7 of chapter 2.
कार्पण्यदोषो पहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेता यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्
Karpanya dosho pehata swabhava. The one with the defective nature because of the defect of dejection. Dharma sammudcheta. The one who is a great fool regarding true religion. Prachhami tvam. Ask you. Bruhi me yat tat syat nishchitam shreya. Tell me that what is certainly beneficial. Aham te shishya tvam prapannam. I am your student, I am under your shelter. Shadhi mam. Give teachings to me. Karpanya dosho pehata swabhava. Dharma sammudcheta. Prachhami tvam. Bruhi me yat tat syat nishchitam shreya. Aham te shishya tvam prapannam. Shadhi mam. Interpretation. I, the one with a defective nature, because of the defect of dejection of my sinful ironage mind and intellect, that has fallen down, the one who is a great fool regarding true religion and actions, ask you, the Trikaldarshi God. Trikaldarshi means knower of all the three aspects of time. Tell me that what is certainly beneficial for me according to the true religion. I am your student, I am under your shelter in every way. Give teachings to me. Shlok 8 of chapter 2.
नहि प्रपश्यामि ममापनुद्या यच्छोकमुच्छोषणम् इन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूमावसपत्नमृद्धम् राज्यं सुराणामपि च
Hi api avapya adhipatyam. It is because even after obtaining mastership, Suranam cha riddhim rajyam bhumo, of the deities and the prosperous kingdom, on the earth, aspatnam, free from enemies, na prapashami apnudyat mam shokam, don't see who takes away my grief, yat uchhoshnam indriyanam, which is drying indriya, hi api avapya adhipatyam, Suranam cha riddhim rajyam bhumo, aspatnam, na prapashami apnudyat mam shokam, yat uchhoshnam indriyanam. Interpretation. It is because, even after obtaining mastership of the deities, and the prosperous kingdom of the entire world on the earth, which is free from enemies, I don't see the benefit in anything else, except you, the Almighty, who takes away my grief which is drying my indriya. Shlok 9 of chapter 2. Sanjay Uvach.
एवमुक्त्वा ऋषिकेशं गुडाकेशः परन्तप न योत्स्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः.
Parantab Gudakesha Uktva Evam Govindam. Sanjay said, Arjun, the one who burns the enemies, the conqueror of sleep, said this to Govind. Rishikesham na yotsya. The one who gains victory over the Indriya, that is Jitendriya, won't fight the war. Uktva iti ha babhuv tushnim. After saying this directly, became quiet. Parantab Gudakesha Uktva Evam Govindam. Rishikesham na yotsya. Uktva iti ha babhuv tushnim. Interpretation. Sanjay said, Arjun, the one who burns the enemies, the conqueror of sleep, said this clearly to Govind, the knower of the nature of human calves, the one who gains victory over the Indriya, that is Jitendriya. I won't fight the war that decides the religion against the respectable gurus. After saying this directly, he denied to fight and became quiet, in spite of accepting the teaching of the remover of sorrow and doubts, just now. Shlok 10 of chapter 2.
तमुवाच ऋषिकेश प्रहसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तमिदं वच.
Bharat Rishikesha. O king, the descendant of Bharat, Shiv Baba, the one who gains victory over the Indriya, Uvaj idam vacha prahasan iv, started saying these words in a smiling way. Tam vishidantam. To that Arjun, distressed by grief. Madhe ubhyoha senyo. In the middle of both the armies. Bharat Rishikesha. Uvaj idam vacha prahasan iv. Tam vishidantam. Madhe ubhyoha senyo. Interpretation. O king, the descendant of King Bharat, in order to boost the zeal and enthusiasm, Shiv Baba, the one who gains victory over the world, or the one who gains victory over the Indriya, started saying these words in a smiling way to that Arjun, who was disappointed in the crowded atmosphere and distressed by grief, in the middle of both the armies of Pandavas and Kauravas, along with the army of Yadavas. Shlok 11 of chapter 2. Bhagwan Uvach.
अशोचानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासूनगतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः.
Tvam anvashocha ashochan. God said, you are grieving the unconcerned. Chabha shase pragyavadan. And speak words like the ones with the knowledge. Pandita nanu shochanti. The learned ones don't grieve. Gatasushcha aktasun. For those who die and those who stay alive. Tvam anvashocha ashochan. Chabha shase pragyavadan. Pandita nanu shochanti. Gatasushcha aktasun. Interpretation. God said, you are grieving for the unconcerned, close, perishable bodily relations, And despite becoming sad, you speak words like the ones with the knowledge of the soul. The learned ones don't grieve at all, for those who die the death of having doubt over the true religion, and those who stay alive in faith on the Vidharmis. Shlok 12 of chapter 2.
न त्विवाहं जातुरासन् न त्वन्ने मे जनाधिपा न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम्
Na ahan nasam jatu ev. It isn't that I wasn't present at any time. Tvam na ime janadhipah na ev. It isn't you weren't, these leaders weren't at all. Cha vayam sarve na bhavishyama. And we all won't be present. Atah param na. In the future, it isn't. Na ahan nasam jatu ev. Tvam na ime janadhipah na ev. Cha vayam sarve na bhavishyama. Atah param na. Interpretation. It isn't that I, Shiv, the form of light of imperishable soul, wasn't present at any time. Similarly, it isn't that you weren't present, or these leaders weren't present at all, and we all in the form of star-like soul of the unlimited drama, won't be present in the future. It isn't like this either. We souls are imperishable, the body is perishable. Shlok 13 of chapter 2.
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिर्धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यते
Yatha kaumaram yauvan zara. Just like there is childhood, adolescence, old age. Dehinosmin dehe. Of the soul in this body. Tatha dehantar prapti. In the same way, attain other bodies. Dhira na muhyati tatra. The patient don't have attachment to that. Yatha kaumaram yauvan zara. Dehinosmin dehe. Tatha dehantar prapti. Dhira na muhyati tatra. Interpretation. Just like there is childhood, adolescence, and old age with the qualities Satta, Raja and Tamma, one after the other, of the soul in this body. In the same way, we attain other bodies with reduced power and strength in the four ages. The patient children of Brahma who are stabilized in the soul, through the true knowledge of the Gita, don't ever have attachment to that. Shlok 14 of chapter 2.
मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदा आगमापायिनो नित्या तान् स्थितिक्षस्व भारत
Kaunteya Matra Sparshastu. O son of Kunti, the objects of sense of the Indriya certainly, Shitoshna Sukhdukda, are the givers of cold and heat, happiness and sorrow. Agma Payanaha Anitya. They come and go, are temporary. Bharat Titiksha Svatan. O the one belonging to the dynasty of King Bharat. Tolerate them. Kaunteya Matra Sparshastu. Shitoshna Sukhdukda. Agma Payanaha Anitya. Bharat Titiksha Svatan. Interpretation. O son of Kunti, the objects of sense of the Karm Indriya certainly change again and again. They are the givers of cold and heat, happiness and sorrow. They come and go, and they are temporary even in comparison to the declining joys of heaven. O the one belonging to the dynasty of King Bharat, tolerate them without any stratagem of yours. Shlok 15 of chapter 2.
यं हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभ समदुःखसुखं धीरं सोऽमृतत्वाय कल्पते
Purusharshab Samduk Sukham. O the most elevated among the actors in the form of souls, the one who uniform in sorrow and happiness. Yam dhiram purusham na vyathyanti ete. The patient man who isn't distressed by these. Sahi kalpate amritatvai. that certainly becomes worthy of immortality. Purusharshab samduk sukham. Yam dhiram purusham na vyatyanti ete. Saha hi kalpate amritatvaye. Interpretation. O the most elevated among the actors, in the form of bhogi souls, the one who is uniform in sorrow and happiness, the patient man, who isn't distressed by any of these sensual pleasures, even while performing actions, that person who concentrates on the light of the soul, certainly becomes worthy of attaining immortality. Shlok 16 of chapter 2.
नासतो विद्यते भावो नाभावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽत्र त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
Na vidyate bhava astah. There isn't the existence of falsity. Tu na vidyate abhava satah. And there isn't non-existence of truth. Anta ubhyoha anyo. The conclusion of both of them. Api drishta tattva darshibhe. Has also been observed by the philosophers. Na vidyate bhava astah. Tu na vidyate abhava satah. Anta ubhyoha anyo. Api drishta tattva darshibhe. Interpretation. There isn't the existence of falsity, and there isn't non-existence of any truth, in the great destruction that ends the kalpa, or any of the 4 ages. Just like the seed of the world, or Mahadev, or Adam, always exists and will exist with the body. The conclusion of both of them, that is truth and falsity, has also been observed by the philosophers like sage Kapil. Shlok 17 of chapter 2.
अविनाशितु तद्विद्धि येन सर्वमिदं ततं विनाशमव्ययस्यास्य न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति.
Yen idam sarvam tatam. Through whom this entire has expanded. Tu viddhi tat avinashi. Certainly consider him imperishable. Kashchit na arhati. Nobody is capable. Vinasham kartum asyavyayasya. Of destroying this imperishable. Yen idam sarvam tatam. Tu viddhi tat avinashi. Kashchit na arhati. Vinasham kartum asyavyayasya. Interpretation. Mahadev, the seed of the human world tree, through whom this entire world tree, named Ashwath, has expanded, certainly consider him to be imperishable. Nobody is capable of destroying this imperishable corporeal seed, in the form of Jagatpita, that is the world father. He is Akalmurt at the end of the Kalpa too. Shlok 18 of chapter 2.
अन्तवन्त इमे देहा नित्यस्योक्ता शरीरेण अनाशिनो प्रमेयस्य तस्माद्युध्यस्व भारत.
Ime deha nityasya. These bodies of eternal. Anashana aprameyasya sharirena. Imperishable and unmeasurable souls. Ukta antavanta. That take on the body have been said to be perishable. Tasmad Bharat Yudhyasva. So, O the one belonging to the dynasty of King Bharat, fight the war. Ime deha nityasya. Anashana aprameyasya sharirena. Ukta antavanta. Tasmad Bharat Yudhyasva. Interpretation. Actually, these bodies of all the other extremely subtle, or atom-like, eternal, imperishable, and unmeasurable souls that take on the body, have been said to be perishable, in many births of the 4 ages as well. So, O the one belonging to the dynasty of King Bharat, fight the religious war, because the religion of the soul alone is imperishable. Shlok 19 of chapter 2.
यैनं वेत्ति हन्तारं यश्चैनं मन्यते हतम् उभौ तौ न विजानीतो नायं हन्ति न हन्यते.
Ya vetti enam. The one who considers this. Hantaram cha yah manyate enam hatam. As the one who kills, and the one who believes it to be dead. Ubha to na vijanita. Both of them don't know. Ayam na hanti na hanyate. This neither kills, nor is it killed. Ya vetti enam. Hantaram cha yah manyate enam hatam. Ubha to na vijanita. Ayam na hanti na hanyate. Interpretation. The one who considers this soul of the bodily being as the one who kills, and the one who believes it to be dead at any time, both of them don't know it properly. It, that is the soul, is the seed of the tree-like body. Even during the great destruction, at the end of the kalpa, this soul neither kills anyone, nor is it killed. Shlok 20 of chapter 2.
न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्य शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे.
Ayam kadachinna jayate va na mriyate. It is never born and it doesn't die. Va na bhavita bhuyah bhutva. Or it won't exist again after coming into existence. Ayam aja nitya shashvata purano. This ajanma, eternal, everlasting, ancient. Na hanyate. Can't be killed. Sharire hanyamane. Destroying the body is performed. Ayam kadachinna jayate va na mriyate. Va na bhavita bhuyah bhutva. Ayam aja nitya shashvata purano. Na hanyate. Sharire hanyamane. Interpretation. It is never born and it doesn't die, but yes, it does take off the cloth-like body very easily, or it isn't that it won't exist again on the stage-like world after coming into existence once either. This imperishable soul that is ajanma, eternal, everlasting and ancient, with peaceful nature of the self for every kalpa, can't be killed, even if the deed of destroying the body is performed. Shlok 21 of chapter 2.
वेदा विनाशिनं नित्यं येन मजमव्ययं कथं स पुरुषः पार्थ कङ्घातयति हन्तिकम्.
Parth ya Ved Enam. O Lord of the earth, the one who knows this. Nityam ajam avyayam avinashanam. Eternal, free from birth, imperishable, indestructible. Katham sa kam ghatyati purusha. How does he have someone killed, soul? Kam hanti. Whom does he kill? Parth ya Ved Enam. Nityam ajam avyayam avinashanam. Katham sa kam ghatyati purusha. Kam hanti. Interpretation. O Lord of the earth, the one who knows this luminous atom-like soul to be eternal, free from birth, imperishable, and indestructible, how does he have someone killed, despite being an indestructible soul, through its nature and sanskars, and whom does he kill here, among those who are subordinated to nature as well? Shlok 22 of chapter 2.
वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि यन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि.
Yatha Nara. Just like human being. Vihai Jirnani Vasansi. Leaves the old clothes. Grahanati Aprani Navani. Takes on the other new. Tatha Dehi, Vihai Jirnani Sharirani. Similarly, the soul leaves the old bodies. Sanyati Anyani Navani. Takes on the other new. Yatha Nara. Vihai Jirnani Vasansi. Grahanati Aprani Navani. Tatha Dehi, Vihai Jirnani Sharirani. Sanyati Anyani Navani. Interpretation. Just like a soul-conscious elevated human being in heaven leaves the old clothes and takes on the other new clothes willingly, similarly, in the hell created by man, the soul leaves the body-conscious old bodies unwillingly and takes on the other new bodies forcibly. Shlok 23 of chapter 2.
नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुतः
Shastrani na chindanti enam. Weapons don't cut this. Pavka na dahati enam. Fire don't burn it. Maruta na shoshati enam. Air doesn't dry it. Cha apa na kledyanti. And water doesn't wet it either. Shastrani na chindanti enam. Pavka na dahati enam. Maruta na shoshati enam. Cha apa na kledyanti. Interpretation. Weapons don't cut this soul, other inert elements like fire don't burn it, invisible air doesn't dry it, and except the purity of the water of Ishvariya knowledge, water doesn't wet it either. It is the same case in the great destruction that takes place every 4 ages ago too. Ishvariya means related to God. Shlok 24 of chapter 2.
अच्छेद्यो यमदाह्योऽयम् अक्लेद्यो शोष एव च नित्यः सर्वगतः स्थाणुर् अचलोऽयं सनातनः
Ayam chedyo, ayam dahya akledya. This can't be cut and it doesn't burn, becomes wet either. Chav ashosha. And certainly, doesn't dry up. Ayam nitya sthano. It is eternal, stable. Sarvakta sanatana achla. Can reach everywhere, is everlasting, immovable. Ayam chedyo, ayam dahya akledya. Chav ashosha. Ayam nitya sthano. Sarvakta sanatana achla. Interpretation. This point of light soul can't be ever cut, and it doesn't ever burn, or becomes wet through fire and water, respectively either. And certainly, it doesn't ever dry up through hot air. It is eternal, imperishable and stable. Because of being an invisible power like the mind and intellect, it can reach everywhere in the 3 abodes, it is everlasting and immovable. Shlok 25 of chapter 2.
अव्यक्तोऽयमचिन्त्योऽयम् अविकार्योऽयमुच्यते तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं नानुशोचितुमर्हसि
Ayam avyakta ayam chintya. It is subtle. It is unthinkable. Ayam uchyate avikarya. It is said to be wiseless. Tasmat viditva enam evam. This is why after knowing it in this way, anushochitum na arhasi. Grieving doesn't suit. Ayam avyakta ayam chintya. Ayam uchyate avikarya. Tasmat viditva enam evam. Anushochitum na arhasi. Interpretation. It is subtle. It is unthinkable. It is said to be always wiseless when it isn't in the company of the perishable 5 elements. This is why after knowing it to be different from the 5 elements like the earth, water, etc. in this way, grieving doesn't suit you, because the soul is a form of happiness and peace. Shlok 26 of chapter 2.
अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैवं शोचितुमर्हसि
Cha at manyase enam. And if you consider it, nityajatam va nityam ritam, to be always born or always dies. Tathapi mahabaho. Still, O the one with long arms. Shochitum evam narhasi tvam. Grieving like this doesn't suit you. च अथ मन्यसे एनम नित्यजातं वा नित्यं मृतं तथापि महाबाहो शोचितुम एवं narhasi tvam. Interpretation. And if you consider it to be something that is always born, or something that always dies, still, O the one with long arms of 8 personalities, grieving like this doesn't suit you. Shlok 27 of chapter 2.
जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्मादपरिहार्येऽर्थे न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि.
Hi mrityua jatasya dhruva. It is because death of the one who is born is certain. Cha janma mritasya dhruvam. And birth of the one who dies is certain. Tasmat shochitum arthe apariharye. This is why, grieving for something that is unavoidable, na arhasi tvam, doesn't suit you. Hi mrityua jatasya dhruva. Cha janma mritasya dhruvam. Tasmat shochitum arthe apariharye. Na arhasi tvam. Interpretation. It is because death of the one who is born is certain, and in the same way, birth of the one who dies through the body is also certain. If you have body consciousness, you will be born and die as well. This is why, by considering it to be an imperishable drama, grieving for something that is unavoidable doesn't suit you. There is certainly the sorrow of birth and death in hell in every kalpa. Shlok 28 of chapter 2.
अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत अव्यक्तनिधनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना.
Bharat Adini Bhutani Avyakta. O descendant of Bharat, the beginning of living beings is invisible. Vyakt Madhyani is revealed in between. Avyakt Nidhananyev. They can't be seen after death either. Ka Paridevna Tatra. Why to grieve for that? Bharat Adini Bhutani Avyakta. Vyakt Madhyani. Avyakt Nidhananyev. Ka Paridevna Tatra. Interpretation. O descendant of King Bharat, in the beginning of the world too, the beginning and the end of living beings is invisible. Their life is revealed in between. They can't be seen after death, or at the end of the kalpa, or at the time of great destruction either. Why to grieve for that repetition of the kalpa as it is? But by becoming 100% stable in the soul, in the Purushottam Sangam Yug. Shlok 29 of chapter 2.
आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम् आश्चर्यवत् वदति तथैव चान्यः आश्चर्यवच्चैनमन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित्.
Kashchit vatti enam ascharyavat. Someone describes this with surprise. Chanyah pashyati tathaiv ascharyavat. And the other one sees with the same surprise. Cha anya ev shrinoti enam ascharyavat. And someone listens to it with surprise. Cha kashchit na ved enam. And some aren't able to recognize this. Api shrutva. Even after listening. Kashchit vatti enam ascharyavat. Chanyah pashyati tathaiv ascharyavat. Cha anya ev shrinoti enam ascharyavat. Cha kashchit na ved enam. Api shrutva. Interpretation. Someone describes this hero with surprise, after knowing him numbervar, that is to a greater or a lesser extent, and the other one sees him with the same surprise, and someone else just listens to it with surprise, despite knowing something about him, and some atheists who don't have faith aren't able to recognize this hero, even after dejectedly listening to the description completely or partially. This is why the ones who enjoy pleasure in the world are numbervar, that is, they enjoy pleasure to a greater or a lesser extent. Great sentences of Shiv Baba for this shlok are: what does Shankar do? The part of that hero is so wonderful that you can't believe it. Murli dated 14th May 1970. Beginning of page 2. Shlok 30 of chapter 2.
देहे नित्यमवध्योऽयन् देहे सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि
Bharat Ayam Dehi. O Arjun, the one who is engaged in the light of knowledge. This soul. Sarvasya Dehe. Nityam Avadhya. In everybody's body. Is always indestructible. Tasmat Shochitum Sarvani Bhutani. This is why grieving for all the living beings. Narhasi Tvam. Doesn't suit you. Bharat Ayam Dehi. Sarvasya Dehe. Nityam Avadhya. Tasmat Shochitum Sarvani Bhutani. Narhasi Tvam. Interpretation. O Arjun, the one who is engaged in the light of knowledge. This seed of the world, the hero, the supreme plus soul in everybody's body, is always indestructible, because of the energy of easy Rajyog obtained, according to numberwar Purusharth in the Purushottam Sangam Yug. This is why grieving so much for all the living beings present in this religious war doesn't suit you either. Shlok 31 of chapter 2.
स्वधर्ममपि चावेक्ष न विकम्पितुमर्हसि धर्म्याधियुद्धात् श्रेयोऽन्यत् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते
Cha Avekshya Swadharmam Api. In addition, after seeing religion of your soul too, Vikampitum na arhasi. Becoming unsteady doesn't suit. He dharmyat yuddhat. Because except the religious war. Na vidyate, shreya anyat kshatriyasya. There is no benefit in else, for a kshatriya. Cha avekshya swadharmam api. Vikampitum na arhasi. He dharmyat yuddhat. Na vidyate, shreya anyat kshatriyasya. Interpretation. In addition, after seeing the kshatriya religion of your soul too, becoming unsteady doesn't suit you. Because except the religious war, there is no benefit in anything else, except the protection of kingdom obtained through the kshatriya religion, for especially a kshatriya like you, in all the 4 classes. Shlok 32 of chapter 2.
यदृच्छया चोपपन्नौ स्वर्गद्वारमपावृतम् सुखिनः क्षत्रिया पार्थ लभन्ते युद्धमीदृशम्
Parth Sukhina Kshatriya. O Lord of the earth, happy Kshatriyas. Labhante idrisham yuddham. Encounter such war. Apavritam Swargadvaram. With open gates of heaven. Cha uppannam yadrichhaya. And that you have met effortlessly. Parth Sukhina Kshatriya. Labhante idrisham yuddham. Apavritam Swargadvaram. Cha uppannam yadrichhaya. Interpretation. O Lord of the earth, only happy Kshatriyas encounter such great religious war, with open gates of heaven and the war that you have met effortlessly, through the civil war. Great sentences of Shiv Baba for this shlok are: those who leave their body, our body consciousness on the battlefield of war against Mayavi vices, they will go to heaven. Murli dated 6th May, 1967, end of page 1. Shlok 33 of chapter 2.
अथ चेत्त्वमिमं धर्म्यं सङ्ग्रामं न करिष्यसि ततः स्वधर्मं कीर्तिं च हित्वा पापमवाप्स्यसि
At chet tvam na karishyasi imam dharmyam sangramam. But if you don't fight this religious war, tatah hitva swadharmam, then you will destroy swadharm. Cha kirtim avapsyasi papam. And fame, become the sharer of the sin. At chet tvam na karishyasi इमं धर्म्यं संग्रामं ततः हित्वा स्वधर्मं च कीर्तिम अवाप्स्यसि पापम. Interpretation. But if you don't fight this religious, non-violent Mahabharat war, which is the gateway to heaven, then you will destroy the true ancient Swadharma of Allah Awwaldeen, meaning God, the one who establishes the number one religion and fame, and just become the sharer of the sin, of increase in violent religion of the dualistic demons of hell. Shlok 34 of chapter 2.
अकीर्तिञ्चापि भूतानि कथयिष्यन्ति ते व्यया सम्भावितस्य च कीर्तिः मरणादतिरिच्यते.
च bhutani avyayam akirtim kathesyanti te. And people will always dishonor you. Cha sambhavitasya. And for a respectable person. Akirtya api ati richate maranat. Dishonor is even worse than death. Cha bhutani avyayam akirtim kathesyanti te. Cha sambhavitasya. Akirtya api ati richate maranat. Interpretation. And the sad and restless people of the world will always dishonor you, and for a respectable person, dishonor is even worse than death here. Shlok 35 of chapter 2.
भयाद्रणादुपरतं मनसन्ते त्वां महारथा येषां च त्वं बहुमतो भूत्वा यास्यसि लाघवम्.
Mahartha mansyante tvam. The Maharathis, that is great warriors, will consider you. Upartam ranad bhayat. To have turned the face away the war out of the fear. Cha yesham bahumato bhutva tvam. And those who have a great regard for you. Yasyasi laghvam. Will consider worthless. Mahartha mansyante tvam. Upartam ranad bhayat. Cha yesham bahumato bhutva tvam. Yasyasi laghvam. Interpretation. The Maharathis, that is great warriors, will consider you to have turned the face away, and afraid of the religious war out of the fear of opponents, despite being a Kshatriya warrior, and those who have such a great regard in the mind for you, being the greatest archer, those very people of the imperishable Bharat, belonging to the true ancient deity religion, will consider you worthless. Shlok 36 of chapter 2.
आवाच वादांश बहून् वदिष्यन्ति तवाहिताः निन्दन्तस्तव सामर्थ्यं ततो दुःखतरं नु किम्.
Chatav ahita vadishyanti. And your opponents will say, Bahun avachavadan. Many unspeakable words. Nindanta tav samarthyam. While criticizing your ability. Nukim dukhtaram tata. What else will be sorrowful than that? Chatav ahita vadishyanti. Bahun avachavadan. Nindanta tav samarthyam. Nukim dukhtaram tata. Interpretation. And your opponents, who have always converted to the religion of Vidharmis for 2500 years, will say many dirty, intolerable, and totally false, unspeakable words full of defamation, while criticizing your ability. What else will be more sorrowful than that? That is something like hiding the face from the people of the world. Shlok 37 of chapter 2.
हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गं जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीम् तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः.
Kaunte va hata prapsasi swargam. O son of Kunti, if die, will attain heaven. Va jitva bhokshase mahim. Or will win and enjoy earth. Tasmat kritnishchaya uttisht yuddhai. This is why resolve and stand up for war. Kaunte va hata prapsasi swargam. Va jitva bhokshase mahim. Tasmat kritnishchaya uttisht yuddhai. Interpretation. O son of Kunti, who destroys body consciousness. If you die while fighting bravely, you will attain heaven, or you will win and enjoy the entire earth of the deity and demonic souls. This is why resolve and stand up for the gateway to heaven, the Mahabharat war. Victory over the world is the birthright of you alone. Shlok 38 of chapter 2.
सुखदुःखे समे कृत्वा लाभालाभौ जयाजयौ ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पापमवाप्स्यसि
Kritva sukhdukhe labha labho. After happiness and sorrow, profit and loss. Jaya jayo same. Victory and defeat equal. Tata yujasvi yuddhai. Then get ready for the war. Evam na avapsasi papam. In this way, won't accumulate sins. Kritva sukhdukhe labha labho. Jaya jayo same. Tata yujasvi yuddhai. Evam na avapsasi papam. Interpretation. After considering all these worldly contrasts in the form of happiness and sorrow, profit and loss, and victory and defeat to be equal, you yourself become stable, and then get ready for the religious war. Because of being detached from the bodily beings in this way, the soul won't accumulate sins. See chapter 18, Shlok 17 of the Gita. Shlok 39 of chapter 2.
ईशा ते विहिता साङ्ख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि
Parth Esha Buddhya Abhihita. O Arjun, the sustainer of the earth, this advice is mentioned. Sankhye te. In the scripture Sankhya of Yoga. To Shrino Imam Yoge. And listen to this in Karma Yoga, that is performing actions while being in the remembrance of God. Yukta Yaya Buddhya. By possessing this advice, Rahasyasi Karam Bandham will destroy the bondage of actions. Parth Esha Buddhya Abhihita. Sankhye te. Tu Shrino Imam Yoge. Yukta Yaya Buddhya. Rahasyasi Karam Bandham. Interpretation. O Arjun, the sustainer of the earth, this advice is mentioned with complete explanation in the scripture Sankhya of your very earlier form of sage Kapil, who resided in Kampil. And now, listen to this advice in detail from me in Karma Yoga, that is performing actions while being in the remembrance of God. By possessing this most elevated advice, you will destroy the bondage of actions. Sankhya means having to do with number or calculation, name of an Indian philosophical system. Shlok 40 of chapter 2.
नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्
Abhikram Nasha Nasti. The Purusharth isn't wasted in this. Na Vidyate Pratyavaya. It doesn't yield wrong fruits. Api Swalpam Dharmasya Asya. Even a little part of the assimilation, this Trayate Mahatah Bhayat protects from the greatest fear. Abhikram Nasha Nasti. Na Vidyate Pratyavaya. Api Swalpam Dharmasya Asya. Trayate Mahatah Bhayat. Interpretation. The Purusharth made in the previous births isn't wasted in this yoga. It doesn't yield wrong fruits either. Even a little part of the assimilation of this Karma Yoga protects you from the greatest fear in many births, according to the shooting in the Purushottam Sangam Yuga. All the tasks are performed only through the energy of yoga. Shlok 41 of chapter 2.
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिरेकेह कुरु नन्दन बहुशाखाह्यनन्ताश्च बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम्
Kuru Kurunandan iha vyavsayatmika. O Prahlad, to the Kuru dynasty. In this definite Buddhe Eka Mat, that is the most elevated opinion is the one alone. Cha Buddhaya avyavsayinam. Whereas the opinions of human beings lacking faith, Hi Ananta Bahushakha, are certainly numerous, the ones with many branches. Kurunandan iha vyavsayatmika. Buddhe Eka. Cha Buddhaya avyavsayinam. Hi Ananta Bahushakha. Interpretation. O Prahlad, the giver of joy to the Kuru dynasty. In this yoga, definite knowledge comes from the One. Therefore, Srimad, that is, the most elevated opinion is of the non-dualistic one Shiv Baba alone, whereas the opinions of secular human beings lacking faith are certainly numerous, and the ones with many communal branches emerged from the dualistic opposite religions, that is Vidharma. Shlok 42 of chapter 2.
यामिमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्त्यविपश्चितः वेदवादरताः पार्थ नान्यदस्तीति वादिनः
Parth iti vadina. O Parth, the ones who say, Asti na anyat ved vadarta. There is no path other than engaged in debate about the Vedas. Avipashchita yam pravdanti imam. Are unintelligent, who say these. Pushpitam vacham. Flowery, very sweet words. Parth iti vadina. Asti na anyat ved vadarta. Avipashchita yam pravdanti imam. Pushpitam vacham. Interpretation. O Parth, BKs, the devotees of Brahma, without any temple, idol of him, and who isn't worshipped either, the ones who say that there is no path other than being engaged in debate about the Vedas, according to chapter 2, Shlok 45, 52 and 53 of the Gita, are unintelligent, who say these flowery and very sweet words. They are the Bhogis, who eat Malpue in the Srinath temple in West. Malpue means a kind of fritter containing nuts, pistachios, etc. Shlok 43 of chapter 2.
कामात्मानं स्वर्गपरा जन्मकर्मफलप्रदा क्रियाविशेषबहुला भोगैश्वर्यगतिं प्रति
Kamatmanah Swargpara are the ones who have desires. To attain heavenly happiness alone is the supreme Purusharth. Bhogashwarya Gatim Prati. For the attainment of pleasure and wealth. Kriya Vishesh Bahulam. Many words especially about rituals. Jan Karm Phal Pradam. That grant the fruits of actions for many births. Kamatmanah Swargpara. Bhogashwarya Gatim Prati. Kriya Vishesh Bahulam. Jan Karm Phal Pradam. Interpretation. They are the ones who have worldly, endless desires, who consider, to attain heavenly happiness alone is the supreme Purusharth, and for the attainment of pleasure and wealth, with 56 bhog, food offered to an idol, that are worldly and devoid of altruism, just like in the Srinath temple, they say many words, especially about performing wasteful rituals like doing swaha swaha and so on, that grant the fruits of actions for many births. Swaha swaha are the words uttered while making burnt offerings in sacrificial fire. Shlok 44 of chapter 2.
भोगैश्वर्यप्रसक्तानां तया परितचेतसा व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः समाधौ न विधीयते.
Buddhya Vyavsayatmika. The intellect with faith. Apaharit Chetsamtaya. Of those whose mind is attracted towards those. Bhogashwarya Prasaktanam. Of those who are attached to pleasure and wealth. Na Vidhiyate Samadho. Never stabilize in profound meditation, that is Samadhi. बुद्धेः व्यवसायात्मिका अपहरित चेत्सां भोगैश्वर्यप्रसक्तानां न विधीयते समाधौ. Interpretation. The intellect with faith that is attached to completely pretentious and false traditions of those whose mind is attracted towards those sweet words, and of those who are properly attached to the bodily pleasure and wealth, doesn't stabilize in profound meditation, that is samadhi, in the form of knowing the complete depth of the 84 births of the soul at all. Shlok 45 of chapter 2.
त्रैगुण्य विषया वेदा निस्त्रैगुण्यो भवार्जुन निर्द्वन्द्वो नित्यसत्त्वस्थो निर्योगक्षेमात्मवान्.
Arjun Veda Traigunya Vishya. O Arjun, Vedas comprise of subjects with three qualities. Nistragunya. Become beyond all the three qualities. Nitya Sattvastha. Always stable in the quality of sattva, that is truth, honesty, genuineness, etc. Nirdvandva Niryogakshem. Free the contrasts, free from attainment and its protection. Bhav Atmavan. Become the one with the stage of the point soul. Arjun Veda Traigunya Vishya. Nistragunya. Nitya Sattvastha. Nirdvandva Niryogakshem. Bhav Atmavan. Interpretation. O Arjun, Vedas comprise of subjects with three qualities. It means they are Rajo and Tamoguni as well. Become the one belonging to the abode of Vishnu, the one who is beyond all the three qualities, the one who is always even beyond the 16 celestial degrees and stable in the quality of sattva, that is truth, honesty, genuineness, etc. Like me, free from the contrasts of happiness and sorrow, etc., free from the thought of attainment and its protection here. Because according to chapter 9, Shlok 22 of the Gita, Yogakshemam Vahameham, meaning I take the responsibility of the attainment of something that hasn't been attained and its protection. Therefore, give up body consciousness and always become the one with the stage of the point soul. Shlok 46 of chapter 2.
यावानर्थ उदपानि सर्वतः सम्प्लुतोदके तावान् सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानतः.
Yavanarth Udpane. The extent to which there is need of ponds. Sampluto Dake Sarvata. On finding Sarovar brimmed from all the sides. Sarveshu Vedeshu. All the sentences of Vedas. Vijanta Brahmanasya Tavan. To an especially knowledgeable Brahman to the extent. Yavanarth Udpane. Sampluto Dake Sarvata. Sarveshu Vedeshu. Vijanta Brahmanasya Tavan. Interpretation. The extent to which there is need of very small and dirty ponds, on finding Mansarovar of the water of knowledge, brimmed from all the sides, there is a need of all the murlis that haven't been churned, in the form of the sentences of Vedas, narrated through the mouth of Brahma, to an especially knowledgeable Brahmin of the ocean of advanced knowledge, to the same extent. Mansarovar is the name of a sacred lake and pilgrimage place on Mount Kailash in the Himalayas. Shlok 47 of chapter 2.
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूर्मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि.
Te ev adhikara karmani. You just have the right to karm yog. Kadachan ma phaleshu. Never over results. Karmafal heto ma bhu. The cause of the fruits of action, don't become. Te ma astu sanga akarmani. You shouldn't have attachment to renouncement of actions. Te ev adhikara karmani. Kadachan ma phaleshu. Karmafal heto ma bhu. Te ma astu sanga akarmani. Interpretation. You just have the right to perform Karma Yoga, according to the Srimad. You never have control over the worldly results. This is why I alone am the cause of the fruits of action. Don't become like this. See chapter 3, Shlok 27 to 30 of the Gita. Therefore, in order to gather people, you shouldn't ever have attachment to renouncement of actions. You have to become a karmayogi, not a karm sannyasi, that is the one who renounces actions. Shlok 48 of chapter 2.
योगस्थ कुरु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा समत्वं योग उच्यते.
Dhananjay Tyaktva Sangam. O Arjun, the winner of the wealth of knowledge, give up attachment. Yogastha Samaha Bhutva Siddhya Siddhyo. Rise in yoga. Stay uniform in success and failure. Kuru Karmani. Perform actions. Samatvam Uchyate Yoga. Uniformity is called yoga. Dhananjay Tyaktva Sangam. Yogastha Samaha Bhutva Siddhya Siddhyo. Kuru Karmani. Samatvam Uchyate Yoga. Interpretation. O Arjun, the winner of the wealth of the true Gita advanced knowledge, give up attachment, rise in yoga, stay uniform in other contrasts like success and failure as well, become the one who renounces the fruits of actions, and perform actions. Constant uniformity in all kinds of contrasts itself is called yoga. Shlok 49 of chapter 2.
दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्धियोगा धनञ्जय बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्छ कृपणां फलहेतवः.
Dhananjay hi karm buddhi yoga. O the winner of the wealth of knowledge, to just perform actions without engaging the intellect. Duren avram is extremely inferior. Anvich sharanam buddho. Take the shelter of the intelligent ones. Falhetva kripna. Those who wish for the fruits of actions are misers. Dhananjay hi karm buddhi yoga. Duren avram. Anvich sharanam buddho. Falhetva kripna. Interpretation. O Arjun, the winner of the wealth of knowledge, to just perform actions without engaging the intellect in the one greatest Shiv is extremely inferior. Take the shelter of the Trinetri Shiv Baba, even the intellect of the intelligent ones, like the great religious leaders. Those who wish for the fruits of actions are misers, they don't want to give anything to anyone for the benefit of the world. Great sentences of Shiv Baba for this shlok are: misers, like the worshippers of Srinath, a temple in Gujarat dedicated to Krishna, the symbol of Western civilization, don't want to renounce anything for benefit of the people. They themselves eat up all the delicacies made in pure cow ghee, even after selling them. This is why you have to eat the simple food of Jagannath of the East, in these Odisha-like states of the poor. This is why it is said in Murli dated 26 June, 1970. The first class and the purest food is dal, that is pulses, or kadhi, rice and potato. Kadhi is gravy made by adding spices and gram flour to soaked or buttermilk. Shlok 50 of chapter 2.
बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह उभे सुकृतदुष्कृते तस्माद्योगाय युज्यस्व योगः कर्मसु कौशलम्.
Buddhiyukto jahati. The one who has connection of the intellect gives up. Ubhe sukrit dushkrite iye. Both kind of actions, good and bad in this. Kaushlam karmasu yoga. Skillfulness in actions is yoga. Tasmat yujyasvi yogai. So, engage in yoga. Buddhiyukto jahati. Ubhe sukrit dushkrite iye. Kaushlam karmasu yoga. Tasmat yujyasvi yogai. Interpretation. The one who has connection of the intellect with Shiv Baba gives up both kind of actions, that is those which are considered good and bad, like charity, or bribery, theft and loot etc. as well, in this world. Skillfulness in actions itself is yoga. So, engage yourself in yoga with the permanent chariot of Arjun in the form of Kshetra, that is field, plus the light of Shiv, the Kshetragya, meaning Noah. Shlok 51 of chapter 2.
कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणा जन्मबन्धविनिर्मुक्ता पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम्.
He Manishana Buddhiyukta. Because the knowledgeable ones who engage their intellect, Janbandh Vinirmukta, are especially liberated from the bondages of birth. Tyaktva Phalam Karmajam. After giving up the fruits produced as a result of the actions. Gachanti Anamyam Padam. Attain the sinless supreme position. He Manishana Buddhiyukta. Janbandh Vinirmukta. Tyaktva Phalam Karmajam. Gachanti Anamyam Padam. Interpretation. Because the knowledgeable ones, who engage their intellect with Shiv Baba, are especially liberated from the bondages of birth, old age, death and so on, after giving up the fruits produced, as a result of the actions performed for the benefit of the world, and attain the sinless supreme position of the abode of Vishnu, with super-sensuous joy, and which is beyond the celestial degrees in Vaikuntha. Shlok 52 of chapter 2.
यदा ते मोहकलिलं बुद्धिर्व्यतितरिष्यति तदा गन्तासि निर्वेदं श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च.
Yada te buddhi vyati tarishyati moh kalilam. When your intellect crosses the maya-like confusion, cha shrutasya shrotavyasya, and the hearsays, tada gantasi nirvedam, then will have detachment. Yada te buddhi vyati tarishyati moh kalilam, cha shrutasya shrotavyasya, tada gantasi nirvedam. Interpretation. When your intellect that has become vicious from the corporage itself, properly crosses the maya-like confusion of the words of Videshi and Vidharmi, that are false and full of blind faith, and the hearsays of the scriptures, bodily gurus, media and so on, then you will have detachment for the world, that is going to be burnt to ashes through missiles. Great sentences of Shiv Baba for this shlok are: the residents of Bharat, that is Bharatvasi, have attained degradation, just because of hearsays, and they are gradually attaining it now too. Murli dated 30th January, 1971, beginning of page 4. Shlok 53 of chapter 2.
श्रुतिविप्रतिपन्ना ते यदा स्थास्यति निश्चला समाधावचला बुद्धि तदा योगमवाप्स्यसि.
Yada te buddhi shruti vipratipanna. When your intellect that has been misled by the hearsays, Nishchala sthasyati samadho, becomes firmly stable in the remembrance of the Supreme Soul, tada avapsasi yoga, then will attain yoga. Yada te buddhi shruti vipratipanna, Nishchala sthasyati samadho, tada avapsasi yoga. Interpretation. When your intellect, that has been misled by the hearsays, becomes firmly stable in the remembrance of the Supreme Soul, who has come in practice, only then it will engage in churning the ocean of thoughts, concerned with the Swadershan Chakra of the 84 births, in the record-like extremely subtle star-like soul, and then you will attain the stage of profound meditation of yoga. Great sentences of Shiv Baba for this shlok are: no one has attained Sadgati, meaning true liberation, by reading these scriptures and so on, even till today. The knowledge of the Sadgati of human souls isn't contained in these scriptures. No one can attain Sadgati through the Gita, made by humans either. Murli dated 20th May, 1992, beginning of page 1. Shlok 54 of chapter 2, Arjun Uvach.
स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्थस्य केशव स्थितधि किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम्
Keshav ka bhasha. Arjun said, O the Lord of Brahma, what is the definition? Sthita pragyasya samadhisthasya. Of a stable intellect, stable in complete depth. Kim sthidhiya prabhashet. How does the one with the stable intellect speak? Kimasit kim vraje. How does he sit? How does he walk? Keshav ka bhasha. Sthita pragyasya samadhisthasya. Kim sthidhiya prabhashet. Kimasit kim vraje. Interpretation. Arjun said, Ka plus Ish, meaning, O the Lord of stupid bull in the form of Brahma, the living Pashupatinath of the unlimited Nepal. What is the definition of the one with a stable intellect, meaning the one who is constantly stable in complete depth of the star-like soul, that is Sam, meaning complete, plus Adi, meaning inside, plus Thasya, meaning stable. With respect to eating, living etc., how does the one with a stable intellect speak? How does he sit and how does he walk? I want complete information of the one with a stable intellect. Pashupatinath literally means the controller of animals, a name of Shiv. Shlok 55 of chapter 2, Bhagwanuvach.
प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनुगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्ततोच्यते.
Parth Yada Prajhati. God said, O Lord of the earth, when properly gives up, Sarvan Kaman Manogatan, all the desires generated in the thoughts of the mind, Tushta Atmana Atmani Ev, remains satisfied with himself, in the star-like soul itself. Tada Uchate Sthit Pragya. Then he is called the one with a stable intellect. Parth Yada Prajhati. Sarvan Kaman Manogatan. Tushta Atmana Atmani Ev. Tada Uchate Sthit Pragya. Interpretation. God said, O Lord of the earth, when human being, the son of Manu, that is, the son of Brahma, properly gives up all the desires generated in the thoughts of the mind, remains satisfied with himself, in the star-like soul, or in the remembrance of the Supreme Soul itself, then he is called the one with a stable intellect. Otherwise, he can't be called that. Great sentences of Shiv Baba for this shlok are Ichha Matram Avidya, meaning the stage where we don't even have the knowledge of desire. Murli dated 10th April, 1968, end of page 3. See chapter 4, shlok 19. Chapter 6, shlok 4, 18 and 24 etc. of the Gita. Shlok 56 of chapter 2.
दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमना सुखेषु विगतस्पृहा वीतरागभयक्रोध स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते.
Muni, Anudvigna Mana Dukheshu Sukheshu. A thinker with a mind free from agitation and sorrow, from pleasure. Vigat Spriha. Who is free from desires. Vitrag Bhai Krodha. Who is free from affection, fear and anger. Uchyate Sthitdhiya. Is said to be a stable intellect. Muni, Anudvigna Mana Dukheshu Sukheshu. Vigat Spriha. Vitrag Bhai Krodha. Uchyate Sthitdhiya. Interpretation. A thinker with a mind free from agitation and restlessness in sorrow, who is detached from worldly pleasure, who is free from desires, and who is free from affection, fear, and anger, especially in the Purushottam Sangamyug, is said to be the one with a stable intellect, who knows the great sentences of God in this way, through the eye of knowledge. Shlok 57 of chapter 2.
यः सर्वत्रानभिस्नेहः तत्तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभम् नाभिनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
Yah anbhisneha sarvatra. The one who is completely unaffectionate to everything. Nabhinandati. Neither becomes completely happy. Na dveshti prapya. Nor does he hate after attaining. Tattat shubha shubham. Those particular pleasant or unpleasant. Tasya pragya pratisthita. His intellect is firmly stable. Yah anbhisneha sarvatra. Nabhinandati. Na dveshti prapya. Tattat shubha shubham. Tasya pragya pratisthita. Interpretation. The one who is completely unaffectionate to everything, except the Supreme Father plus Supreme Soul, and neither becomes completely happy, nor does he become sad and hate anyone, just like being a witness, after attaining those particular worldly pleasant or unpleasant results, his discerning and decisive intellect is firmly stable in the soul. Shlok 58 of chapter 2.
यदा संहरते चायं कूर्मोऽङ्गानीव सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
Cha yada ayam sanharte indriyani. And when this has completely withdrawn indriya. Indriyarthebhyah sarvasha. From the sensual pleasures of the indriya from all the directions. If angani kurma. Just like the parts of the body of a tortoise. Tasya pragya pratisthita. That yogi's intellect firmly stabilizes in the soul. Cha yada ayam sanharte indriyani. Indriyarthebhyah sarvasha. If angani kurma. Tasya pragya pratisthita. Interpretation. And when this yogi has constantly and completely withdrawn all the 10 indriya, including the elevated and the corrupt indriya, along with the thoughts of the mind, from the sensual pleasures, like form, taste, smell etc. of the indriya, from all the directions, just like the parts of the body of a tortoise, then that yogi's intellect firmly stabilizes in the soul. Shlok 59 of chapter 2.
विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसवर्जन् रसोऽप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते.
Vishya Dehina Niraharasya. The pleasures of the corporeal man, who renounces sensual pleasures. Vinivartante Rasvarjam. Are especially removed, attachment of enjoying isn't removed. Api Rasa Asya Nivartate. Even the attachment of this is removed. Drishtva Param. After seeing altruism. Vishya Dehina Niraharasya. Vinivartante Rasvarjam. Api Rasa Asya Nivartate. Drishtva Param. Interpretation. The pleasures of the corporeal man, who renounces sensual pleasures, are certainly especially removed, but mental attachment, with past experiences of enjoying them, isn't removed. It means even the attachment of this Rajyogi is completely removed after seeing altruism of super-sensuous joy beyond the celestial degrees. Shlok 60 of chapter 2.
यततो ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः.
He Konte Yatta. Because, O son of Kunti, while making effort, Indriyani Pramathini, Indriya that create agitation well, Api Haranti Mana, even pulls the mind. Vipashchita purushasya prasbham. Of an intelligent man forcibly. Hi konte yatta. Indriyani pramathini. Api haranti mana. Vipashchita purushasya prasbham. Interpretation. Because, O son of Kunti, Kun or Deham Daryati, that is the one who tears apart, that is destroys the soul-like body or the soul of body consciousness, the one who destroys body consciousness. While making effort, the other Indriya, especially along with the eyes, and the Indriya of lust that create agitation even pulls the mind of an intelligent, discerning man, forcibly just like the inconstant Kapidhvaj on the top of Arjun's chariot. Kapidhvaj means the flag with the picture of Hanuman, the monkey-faced deity. Shlok 61 of chapter 2.
तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्तासीत मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
Sanyamaya sarvani tani. Control all those completely. Matpara. Asit yuktah. Come under my shelter. Engage your mind in me. Hi yasya indriyani vashe. Because whose indriya are under control. Tasya pragya pratisthita. His intellect remains firmly stable. Sanyamaya sarvani tani. Matpara. Asit yuktah. Hi yasya indriyani vashe. Tasya pragya pratisthita. Interpretation. Control all those indriya completely, come under my shelter, and engage your mind in me, Shiva alone. Because the point of light soul, with mind and intellect, whose indriya are under control, his intellect remains firmly stable, after moving aside from instability of the mind, that has become inconstant for many births. Shlok 62 of chapter 2.
ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषुपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते.
Punsa dhyayata vishyan. The man who thinks about the sensuous. Upjayate sangha teshu. Has attachment, affection for those. Sangat kama sanjayate. Because of attachment, desire is properly created. Kamat krodha abhijayate. Desire, anger, is created. Punsa dhyayata vishyan. Upjayate sangha teshu. Sangat kama sanjayate. Kamat krodha abhijayate. Interpretation. The man who thinks about the sensuous pleasures has attachment or affection for those sensuous pleasures. Because of attachment, desire is properly created in the thoughts of the mind, and often when the bodily, vicious desire isn't fulfilled, uncontrolled anger is created intensely. Shlok 63 of chapter 2.
क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति.
Sammoha bhavati krodhat. Complete attachment, foolishness, comes from anger. Smriti vibhrama sammohat. Memory is destroyed through because of extreme foolishness. Smriti bhranshat buddhinasha. When the memory becomes corrupt, the intellect is destroyed. Buddhinashat pranashati. When the intellect is destroyed, attains death. Sammoha bhavati krodhat. Smriti vibhrama sammohat. Smriti bhranshat buddhinasha. Buddhinashat pranashati. Interpretation. Complete attachment or foolishness comes from anger. Memory is destroyed through the intellect that has become inert. Because of extreme foolishness, when the memory becomes corrupt, the intellect, or the understanding power, in the form of the power to judge and decide, is destroyed, and when the intellect is destroyed, that man attains death. in the form of having doubt on the religion. Shlok 64 of chapter 2.
रागद्वेषवियुक्तैस्तु विषयानिन्द्रियैश्चरन् आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति.
To ragadvesh viyukte, but devoid of affection and hatred. Vidheyatma, the one with a controlled mind. Adhigachati prasadam charan vishyan, obtains happiness while experiencing the pleasures. Indriya atmavashya, through the indriya which are under the control of the soul. To ragadvesh viyukte, vidheyatma, adhigachati prasadam charan vishyan. Indriya atmavashya. Interpretation. But the Rajyogi who is impartial and a detached observer, who is devoid of affection and hatred, who is the one with a controlled mind, obtains eternal happiness while experiencing all the pleasures non-violently and according to the religion through the Indriya, which are under the control of the soul, disciplined by Rajyog. There is always happiness just by giving happiness. Shlok 65 of chapter 2.
प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिपर्यवतिष्ठते.
Prasade sarv dukhanam asya. Through happiness, every sorrow of this hanirupjayate is destroyed. Hi buddhi prasannachetsa, because the intellect of the one with the happy mind paryavtishthate ashu stabilizes properly soon. Prasade sarv dukhanam asya hanirupjayate hi buddhi prasannachetsa paryavtishthate ashu. Interpretation. Through happiness, every sorrow like that of birth, old age etc. of this yogi is destroyed, because the intellect of the one with the happy mind stabilizes properly in the soul soon. Shlok 66 of chapter 2.
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयत शान्तिः अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्.
Ayuktasya nasti buddhi. Isn't a yogi, doesn't have intelligence. Cha ayuktasya na bhavna. And a bhogi person doesn't emotions. Cha bhavyatah na shanti. And without emotions doesn't have peace. Kuta ashantasya sukham. How will a restless person have happiness? Ayuktasya nasti buddhi. Cha ayuktasya na bhavna. Cha bhavyatah na shanti. Kuta ashantasya sukham. Interpretation. The one who isn't a yogi doesn't have intelligence, and a bhogi person who is away from Shiv, the intellect of the intelligent ones, doesn't have emotions, and a person like Shant, meaning peace, plus Nu, meaning no, without emotions and faith, doesn't have peace. How will a restless person have happiness? He can't have it, can he? Shantanu means the one who doesn't have peace. The father of Bhishma in the epic Mahabharata. Shlok 67 of chapter 2.
इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिवाम्भसि.
He yat mana anuvidhiyate indriyanam chartam. Because the mind that follows indriya while wandering. Tat harti pragyam asya. That takes away the intellect this. If navam ambhasi vayu. Just like boat in water by wind. Hi yat mana anuvidhiyate indriyanam chartam. Tat harti pragyam asya. If navam ambhasi vayu. Interpretation. Because the inconstant mind that follows any gyan or karm indriya, while wandering in the bodily pleasures, that unbridled running horse-like mind, takes away the intellect of this bogi, just like a light boat floating in water, is carried away by rapidly blowing wind. Shlok 68 of chapter 2.
तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
Mahabaho tasmat yasya indriyani. O the one with long arms. This is why the one, whose indriya, nigrihitani sarvasha, have been restrained in every way. Indriyarthebhya, from the pleasures of the indriya. Pragya tasya pratisthita, the intellect of that remains properly stable. Mahabaho tasmat yasya indriyani, nigrihitani sarvasha, indriyarthebhya, pragya tasya pratisthita. Interpretation. O the one with helper-like long arms, in the form of 8 personalities. This is why, the one whose indriya have been restrained from vices in every way, from the pleasures of the indriya, through the mind, words and actions, the intellect of that easy Raj Yogi and knowledgeable person, with a controlled mind, remains properly stable in the point of light, star-like soul. Shlok 69 of chapter 2.
या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यता मुनेः.
Sanyami jagarti tasyam ya nisha. A yogi stays awake in that, which is the night. Sarva bhutanam, for all the living beings. Yasyam bhutani jagrati, the, in which living being stays awake. Sa nisha pashyatah mune. It is the night for a thinker saint. Sanyami jagarti tasyam ya nisha. Sarva bhutanam. Yasyam bhutani jagrati. Sa nisha pashyatah mune. Interpretation. A Raj Yogi stays awake in that Adhyatma, which is the night for all the worldly living beings. The human materialism, in which a misled living being stays awake, considering it to be heavenly day, it is night for the 60 years old thinker saint of the Purushottam Sangamyug, who churns the advanced knowledge of the true Gita. Adhyatma, Adhi means inside, Atma means the soul. The knowledge of what is contained in the soul. Shlok 70 of chapter 2.
आपूर्यमाणं अचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी.
Yadvat apa pravishanti samudram. Just like the streams enter the ocean. Apuryamanam achal pratishtham. Brimmed from all the sides, with a fixed position. Tadvat yam sarve kama pravishanti. Similarly, the one whose all desires enter. Sa apnoti shantim. That attains peace. Kam kamina. The one who wishes for the fulfillment of desires doesn't. Yadvat apa pravishanti samudram. Apuryamanam achal pratishtham. Tadvat yam sarve kama pravishanti. Sa apnoti shantim. Kam kamina. Interpretation. Just like the streams of living rivers of knowledge enter the ocean brimmed from all the sides and with a fixed position, similarly, the one whose all the personal good and bad desires, meaning the waves of good and bad thoughts, merge or enter the flood of Shiv Baba, the bottomless ocean of knowledge, that very soul attains the ocean of peace. The one who wishes for the fulfillment of desires doesn't attain peace. Great sentences of Shiv Baba for this shlok are: You children know, when we found the Father, that is God, we received everything. Murli dated 27th June, 1965, beginning of page 2. Shlok 71 of chapter 2.
विहाय कामान्य सर्वा
यह पुमान विहाय सर्वान कामान. The man who renounces all the desires. Charti nihaspriha. Practices the qualities of free from longings. Nirmama nirhankara. Free from attachment, egoless. Sa adhigachati shantim. He attains peace. यह पुमान विहाय सर्वान कामान. चरति निहस्पृहा. निर्ममा निर्हंकारा. सा अधिगच्छति शांतिम. Interpretation. The man who renounces all the worldly materialistic desires that are devoid of Srimad here itself and practices the qualities of being humble, that is Namrachit, free from the feeling of honor, that is Nirman, free from longings, free from attachment, and egoless, in an elevated way, he attains the long-lasting steady peace of Parambram. Shlok 72 of Chapter 2.
ईशा ब्राह्मी स्थिति पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यते स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति.
Parth Esha Sthiti. O Arjun, this Parambrahm is stage. Brahmi. Originated from Param, meaning supreme, plus Ishwar, meaning God. Prapya Enam. After attaining it. Na Vimuhyati. Doesn't become attached. Sthitva Asyam Api Antakale. By stabilizing in this, even at the time of great death. Richati Brahm Nirvanam. He attains Nirvandham of Parambram. Parth Esha Sthiti. Brahmi. Prapya Enam. Na Vimuhyati. Sthitva Asyam Api Antakale. Richati Brahm Nirvanam. Interpretation. O Arjun, this Parambram is the best, subtle and imperishable stage, originated from Param, meaning supreme, plus Ishwar, meaning God. After attaining it, a yogi man doesn't become attached to any person or thing, and by stabilizing in this subtle and imperishable stage, even at the time of great death in the great destruction, at the end of the Kalpa, he attains Nirvandham of Parambram facing upwards, among the 5 united heads of Brahma, one greater than the other.
तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता सूपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे सांख्ययोगो नाम द्वितीयो